This is to start game number 1 of MWI.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlawanan pertama pada hari ini, hari kedua. Tim Liquid menentang Navi daripada Malaysia sama-sama
on to the
saksikan
qualifying
perlawanan
stage
upper bracket
through
final.
the knockouts. Upper bracket here, Mirko and Athena for the game 1, match number 1 for the day 2.
Apa nak masa aku rasa lewat sikit nak ambil bunyi dulu jap.
Breaking records, new
Lewat sikit,
heroes,
nanti aku beritahu.
savages all throughout day number 1.
Yeah.
We get a big gift here too. Day number 2, Belleric showing up.
Guys.
An old counter to
Ini baru betul guys.
Welcome to the land of Dawn. Let's
Tengok
get
gambar dia tak keruh guys.
number 1.
And with that, it's
Jangan
going
ni.
to be Fafau and Kala on the gold lane. The former title holder for most kills in
Kami
a
sih
single
baik-baik.
game. She could try and get the title back just along with this game on number 1. But let's see if there will be records broken yet again today. But looking forward here, basing onto the draft, this is not something that we see every day, especially with this Belleric for Ramon.
Yeah, it's definitely
Double water filter ya juga.
unorthodox pick with the Belleric here for Remen. But yeah, the rivalry
Baru
is still
gambar
within
kita nak
that
cari,
goal
guys.
lane. Pop out last time, 12 kills, remember, but
Exactly.
man, it was shattered by Kla on a pick that we saw yesterday. The Granger again for Kla, so it's a
Yeah.
comfort pick. Though, we gotta talk about this matchup because in day
Aku
number
rasa
1,
draft ni
every time
Navi
we see the
MWI
hero, we see
strong,
most
guys.
people just stay away from the Granger.
Tengok pelaksanaan dia macam
trying
mana
to
pula
avoid
nanti.
that counter matchup.
You just tend to somehow pick the safer route, if ever. But looking at the emblem builds as well, more so we are focusing on the gold to gold here with a quantum charge and of course a pure rage here for Kla.
Yeah, for Fafau, it's also the Master Assassin, so really trying to capitalize on that winning matchup here to get the better of Kla. But so far, I mean, we got a recall battle.
Okay.
There's Soju flexing, sleeping as well on Remen.
We see you. And Soju and Ramon here will just play a very big
Alright.
role. As a panel have mentioned, they were
Ada
quite
freeze
surprised
lane
that
di bahagian
it's going
tengah.
to be a Hilda onto the realm
Lucian
here,
tak dapat
Mirko.
minion.
And we're quite...
Pas
there's
pula.
no question how about crowd control, but Zaishi there.
Yeah.
Sliver of HP left. That's an early aggression here for Navi MY.
It's good that you brought up the Hilda, because usually when you pick up the Hilda, you would want to have mid-prio, but that's not
Tetap
what's
pertama
the
dimulakan
case
oleh
right
Navi.
now.
Exactly.
Hani winning out that matchup already. Now Ramisi able to play, gets all the stacks in. Electrifying Beats to be ready.
Joy
Rebel walks up, shot pops in
ulti.
his lime slam.
Oh, tetap dia dapat oleh Rina menggunakan Yishun Shin.
Manipulation
dibuka oleh Hani.
To get herself away. Now the Lancer Flare from Zaishi.
That's a very
Yeah,
good
the
women-to-women
first blood.
formation here. The defense onto the turtle take was so beautiful. Navi MY has capitalized on the global presence of what Hani can provide. And as you mentioned, onto the mid lane comparison, you could do much with Eve alone. Yes, you have certain crowd controls here just to control some certain players here for
Rina
Zaishi's
digasak kat sini.
vision. But still, you cannot deny that Navi MY just has that boxing square. They could be really useful. And now, onto sticky situations, that is where a Belleric really shines.
Definitely. I mean, now it's just really tough. The thing is, this is something that I actually spoke with the panel about just yesterday.
Malah lupa cuci kamera pak. Oi, mana ada tu. Oi, Belleric menggunakan ulti pack first blood. Dia dapatkan.
Getting countered by this Belleric. Back to the point, the Eve is such a good pick against the Juicin. It's so tough for the Juicin to do anything in lane just because of that lane matchup.
Yeah, and exactly.
Oh,
You
ni kena
have
ni.
to
Tinggi
make
ni.
for the flicker just so you could reach
Ah,
Hani.
meninggal. Joy
Really
mudah
rich
ditumbangkan.
here by
Satu
Arena. And
buan yang
top
baik
of
daripada
that,
Syah
not
menggunakan
only
glue
onto the lane, but
membentikan
also on the
pergerakan
roam
Joy.
setup. Imagine the roamer here for Navi MY getting the first blood this early.
Wait,
And
Fafau.
right now, being
Menggunakan
doubled
spin dan
down
juga
by
ulti.
Zaishi. Even the ultimate has been
Oh,
exhausted.
masuk
here,
pula
Mirko.
Hida kat
At
sini.
least they're able to find pressure
Beri
elsewhere
pressure
in the
ke
map,
arah
right?
goal
They're
lane.
losing out in that mid lane battle. They're
Yeah.
losing out in the invades because of Redmond just constantly holding her ground with the Wrath of the Triad. Soju
Tiba-tiba dia
gonna
buka
be
supaya
harder and
goal lane
harder
tak
to
balik.
get in, but Shah, again, yo, Navi Malaysia are doing so well at just pressuring and invading, giving space for Rina to constantly invade. Now already a level ahead of Ramisi.
And their confidence is
Betul.
really reflecting on
Yang
their
kedua.
game. According to the pre-game interview, right?
Alright, Syah.
Now for Navi MY, this is the
Pergerakan yang
counter
baik.
resistance, that you
Mengganggu
want if you're
bahagian
up against
jungle.
LPH.
Turtle dimulakan oleh
And mostly because
Navi.
you want to win onto the macro.
Lapu-lapu menggunakan ulti. Turtle mudah didapatkan oleh Rina. Nampak gayanya lapu-lapu bakal ditumbangkan. Tiada backup daripada tim daripada Liquid.
Now it's going to be the Traces coming down. Rina looking for the kill. While Danky is there.
Ui, sakit juga.
Turning things around, Sha will be able to pick up the kill. It looked kind of close for a second there.
Mudah
But it will still
ditumbangkan.
just be a free kill and a turtle up top. Good rotation.
Goal lane di pressure teruk tapi masih lagi okey untuk Navi.
She can take as many shots as she can. It's all good.
And Navi MY just predicting that, yeah, TLPH will try and put pressure onto other lane because they're losing onto the macro. And overall goal difference right now starting to build up here onto the side of Navi MY, even though it's just around hundreds.
Lapu-lapu buat
But still,
gangster,
a lead
ya ke?
is a lead. And taking closer look here onto the plan for Daiki, I do agree that that was somewhat questionable.
Play EXP duk.
She
Mana
didn't
datang
have
Fafo
to
EXP duk.
somewhat contest that one alone onto 3 members, but maybe sort of a decoy just so TLPH could get some pickups. And so far, 5 minutes into the game, still 3-0 standing here onto the close score.
Alright, Fafo nampak kayaknya.
We've always been
Agak free kat sini.
highlighting
Dah
TLPH
dibagi
as a
info,
team that
vision
just
kat
does
sini.
so well with macro, but so far it does seem like they are being out macro. Navi Malaysia have just been one step ahead everywhere.
Atas.
Damage on Soju.
Wow.
Forcing her back.
Balik menggunakan ulti, Fafa. Berjaya menumbangkan.
Onto Ramisi. Zaishi gets the
Joy.
trade, but it's a jungle
Tapi
for
ada trade.
gold. Ramisi is the one you kind of want to have alive right now. Rena's capitalizing so hard on this.
And TLPH is just bleeding hard right now. You've mentioned we're not really that sure if they're going to be in a situation like this, but it's early into the tournament, like it's just day number 2, your second match, and Navi MY finally found a weakness of TLPH. Full-fledged competitiveness here for Navi MY, and not only that, they're managing their lanes so well right now, Mirko.
Atas duk.
I like how you
Kena
got
clear
it.
dulu duk. Wave.
Trophy, and then it goes to the players. Navi MY certainly. They're coming
Okay,
into this
ada beli
tournament as
besar
I
satu.
would say a lot of people didn't really expect them to be
Alright, nampak yang
a
Joy.
favorite, but they're showing off
Chansi dah
their
ulti.
skill set
They
here. They're
are.
showing off how good they can be if they
Yeah.
get a proper draft. They play their A game.
Even when they were reading comments earlier, right?
yeah.
They were like, we don't care.
Goal
We're
jauh
here to
beza kan?
play. We play for ourselves. And we are here to stay, right? And for Navi MY, they're staying here on the jungle yet again.
Ke
The last
atas.
turtle for this round being eyed out by TLPH. Will they be able to contest this one? Soju onto the back. Just eyeing up Rina.
Fafo
I
naik
think
atas.
this might be somewhat
Turtle nampak kayaknya bakal jadi
difficult
turtle
for
percuma
Navi MY.
sebab Joy dah keluar kat
Ramisi
atas.
still far away.
She's been able to get the level advantage back though now, level 10 to 10. But Rina, yeah, will certainly pick this up. And
Jadi mudah, perfect turtle untuk Navi Malaysia. Nampak gayanya lapu-lapu menggunakan ulti untuk larikan diri. Ulti, terkena 2.
Remen picks up the kill. Sha in the back. He's going for the slam, spread, but that's about it as Ramisi clears up top again.
We thought that Kla could actually go and steal off the turtle, but remember there's still the retry here for Navi MY. Plus,
That's
I
pecah.
like the fact that the Sha just targets Kla on the backside, just totally dominating her, zoning her
Golin beza
out, and that's the
300.
kind of
Granger
XP,
menang.
or that's the kind of glue that you would
Rom
want against a
beza
Ranger, that you know
800, mid
was the
lebih
Sony
kurang
MVP
100.
for yesterday's matches. But now
Jungle
for
Joy menang
TLPH,
100.
they're really
300.
struggling, but one thing is for sure, Ramisi is doing a great job onto closing off the gaps, as you mentioned, on
Alright.
the level. And of course, she really capitalizes onto the item as well. And now onto the bottom side,
sure.
you could see some pressure happening right now.
Flicker mencari Granger.
Able to get the full stacks on Claw. Actually, not yet. That's gonna be the free.
Alamak,
hits
tak
from
cukup.
Claw. Popping it in, Hani. Very
Hani
aggressive
ditumbangkan
on a
sedikit.
whim. Punished instantly.
Terburu-buru keputusan
Ramisi
tadi.
in the mid lane,
Joy
just
sangat-sangat
pushing
free di
now.
bahagian
Two
tengah.
members down for Navi
Ada ruang
MY,
farm untuk
and
Joy
the
kat sini.
early lead goes down. It's a disaster for Navi MY. A turn to mid lane, almost falling. Remen having to use that Wrath of the Dryad, but a turn
Ni
down
macro
below
play ni,
will be
guys.
taken by Claw.
Aku rasa Navi
That
kuat
is
tak? Okey.
exactly the position that you want if you're TLPH, closing off the space between Kla and Hani. And now, once they've got that opening, all they have to do is open it wider. And even onto the top lane, TLPH finally got the groove and tempo back, eliminating
Joy
all
ni
of
free
the
ni.
outer turrets. Now targeting the mid lane.
Mid lane,
Bullets
pecah.
being thrown out here. 5 members of Navi MY defensive
Oh,
here
Rina
on the
tak
mid
faham.
lane.
And this is the macro we were expecting at the early game. Good spot by Hani there. Spots out Ramisi. He's going to have to be way more clinical, Athena.
Yeah.
But Hani's real world revelation in front like that was honestly, it was quite in. Team Liquid literally just
Kacau,
capitalized on
tiba
that.
terbalik. Zuxi
And
lama.
I really
Ni
think
juga
it's
lah.
also just the forced errors.
Yeah,
Liquid have been split pushing so well.
I do agree with you. That wasn't a situation that Hani should have used the RWM as
Oh,
you
Rina
mentioned.
ditekan
But she's
oleh
doing a
Hilda.
great job onto spotting each and every bush, preventing. But what? Wow,
Lot telah pun dimulakan
Rina against Soju on
oleh
the
tim
bottom
Liquid.
side. Looking back here on the big objective, Lord up for grab. TLP is just hovering over. As you mentioned, this is the kind of aggression.
Tapi Navi boleh menang kat game ni, serius guys. Dia punya draft ni sedap ni.
Navi MY just isn't letting anyone out of their
Panis
sight.
Hilda tu dulu duk.
Each and every bush checked out. Soju might be chased down, but on the back lane, Clad delivering that much damage onto the Balearic.
Oh, Raymond dia agak
Double
banyak.
Death Sonata. A big weakness of the Belleric is the fact that you are just so easy to cut away against Claw. That Sonata with the Rhapsodies coming down, but look at Fafao. Heavy crossbow
Oh.
coming down. Claw able to get away.
Lapu-lapu pun dah ulti.
Bravest fighter. A bit too early on, and that is a big resource. Navi Malaysia now have baited out from Liquid.
That's going to be a big
Konsil.
shot here for Navi
Siapa
MY.
masuk
That's
mencari
mentioned.
Granger.
Daichi taken down now. Taiki as well without the bravest
Lapu
fighter.
down.
Soju looking for the kill on Hani, but Remon's right there with Revitalize. Claw zoned away, and now it is up to
Joy,
Ramisi
tak ada perasaan
to
Joy.
pull off a miracle steal. Rina popped in a mountain shockers, throws
Oh, Fafao bahaya ni, duk.
Fafao going to the bushes, trying to read out things out. Ramisi taking very low. Ramisi looking for the stacks. Won't be
Oh, ni tak
able
ada,
to get
tak ada,
the
tak ada, tak
full
ada.
stacks on
Go,
it.
go, go.
Hani with electric
Joy
fire.
mudah
As
ditumbangkan.
Fafao takes her down. That's a
Lot yang mudah dapat oleh Navi.
Unless Claw, no.
Oh ya, aku Serina kena kejar ni.
Close
Okay,
enough.
nasib baik 16
Soju
guys.
tries to flank, but ends up getting beat down inside of enemy territory. One last shot should be enough. Soju's buying.
Dia masuk arena balik tadi.
But she will fall to Fafao.
But still, that was a terrific job for Navi MY. Even with foul, just going on the bush on the bottom side, just checking out Ramisi. We thought that she could go for the turtle Lords rather, but still we cannot deny how much of an advantage you have with a glue, just zoning out Clan without Clan.
Aku berperasan, goal lead different dah ada lah guys. Dia tunjuk.
And as we mentioned, very crucial mistake.
Tapi sebelum ni aku tak perasan.
Daiki as well with the bravest fighter not landing any of it onto the members of Navi MY. Now, the tide has turned into the favor of Navi MY. But what's interesting though is that the goal lead just isn't growing that much. So close yet for TLPH, but now Lord will be marching onto the top lane, destroying the inner turret onto the top. Sha and Gremlin onto the front line, just dealing enough to sustain, just so they can zone out and corner out TLPH.
Alright, Joy masih lagi main.
Despite the lore, despite
Split
the
push.
winning team fight, TLPH really playing to their identity. That macro game still strong for them. The goal lead, like you mentioned, Athena, isn't really that big now. Team Liquid are actually keeping their losses at the minimum. And it's due to the screening of Soju. Soju's been able to open up the map so well for Ramisi to constantly stay in the side lanes. They know where every member is from Navi Malaysia. And I guess if we're talking about improvements, that's what Navi Malaysia needs to improve on, right? How they can hide away from these screening heroes to stop the threat of a split push.
And the great thing about TLPH, even though they don't land most of the crowd controls or clashes into their favor, but looking at the items closer, you already have a BOD here for Clap. They just need one good position for her, even for Ramisi to land those bullets. Meanwhile, for Navi MY, this is a sticky situation now. And with that, you have to be really careful on who to target here for TLPH. They could just go and lead on when Daiki uses her ultimate, and that's it. That could be the shot call here for Navi MY. And so far, and Ramisi is doing a great job onto leveling up the advantage here for the jungle-to-jungle comparison.
It should have been a whole lot more for Rina, that advantage, but right now Ramisi
Ini guys, Fafao late game ni. Kalau dapat position kat Granger ni, bagi icap kepala Granger tu guys.
Way more gold distribution.
Hey, hey, hey! Balearic menggunakan ulti, tidak terkena.
That's where you can see it. The jungle creeps and the minions. She's been able to get so much more.
Tapi composition Navi ni tak meluas sangat lah guys.
More active, I would say, around team fights. Getting one kill,
Sebab
5 assists, that's a big
Team
bot as well.
Liquid
Picked
still
up as
dapat
Clara
pergi
goes on to poke
long
Sha
lane.
down.
And for Ramisi, as you mentioned, she's doing a great job onto trying to figure out a plan B, taking them out on the sickest situation here for TLPH. And looking at the goal difference, still 500s here in favor of Navi MY. What we cannot deny, the TLP just needs one clash into their favor, and that's it. Very crucial for Daiki to land those bravest fighter ultimate, but still play. Who are they going to target? TLP was ready. No one was targeted. No one will be isolated. Soju yet again opening up the map.
Serius Fafa dapat position. Ini kalau Mesh atau Marksman lalu sini ni, kalau Soju tak lalu situ lah.
The second lord of the round. Fafao, good hiding spot by the way.
Great flanking position there. If Liquid decide to go for this and not check the bushes, which is going to be kind of wild though, because Soju...
ni macam dapat. Masuk. Ya, itu dia. Flicker tidak terkena. Mega kill untuk Fafau. Lot yang percuma. Mudah untuk dapatkan untuk Malaysia. 2. Granger. Tidak, nampak kayaknya. Lot yang kedua mudah dapat oleh Navi.
The 3-woman mobilization miracle was just beautiful. I wish we could see an instant replay on that clash. Definitely Navi MY. With one clash now, the gold lead is slowly picking up the pace, and as we requested, thank you so much
position
for
by
the instant
Insane.
replay. We could definitely see on how Sha capitalized on the space and members
Flicker tak kena
for DLPH plus Hani with the RWM. Ramisi and Kla can do nothing but stare back, especially onto what Navi MY did there. That was full on macro and micro play here. Advantage for Navi MY.
Lord up top. This composition is built for a siege too. So good. Bounty Shocker seems up already. Zoning Ramisi away.
Aku datang menggunakan ulti. Kena. Hilda daripada belakang kena hati. Lapu-lapu bisa ditumbangkan. Nampaknya Joy diberhentikan daripada Balerik. Lina mati ditumbangkan. Shah tinggal belakang. Betul masih.
Navi MY looking to utilize the Lord a bit more. They will get a base turret and a tier 1 in the mid lane.
Very good plan here just to defend their turret, but Navi MY. Rina taking down. Yes,
gas dulu ni. Ini dia seorang yang duduk Fafau. Gas, pang, lompat, ulti.
What Navi MY needs to do right now is take a closer look onto Cloud. By the way, Zero dead
kalau aku tu.
Even though she doesn't have the best KDA yet, but you cannot deny the damage, especially onto the damage ranking. She deals a whole lot more when she got this position. And as we mentioned, she just needs someone to somehow take a hold of the members of the front laners here for Navi MY. But it's just not giving right now. Even Soju targeting Rina just so they could balance out the clashes here. Make it easier for Kla and Zaishi to defend. But still, Navi MY has most of the advantage here for game 1.
Wow.
Guys, sebelum tu bantu saya like dan share dulu guys. Yang mana belum subscribe, jangan lupa subscribe dulu guys. Bantu saya untuk menuju ke peringkat yang seterusnya.
Not really the best of games, but despite it all, like you said, Athena, 0 deaths. That's quite impressive.
Sehingga dah ada
really comes down to if
Fafau dah tak ada kasut pula item.
Because if she gets just 2 more stacks, I'd say she's ready to carry the game. Then the rest of the team will have to maneuver in a way where it's so tough. It's really tough to even consider the win conditions right now for Team Liquid, just because of how many counter picks Navi MY have in their own composition.
And this is the tricky thing on why our panel was quite surprised onto why the Hilda was put onto the roam. You would want more setup, and even Chantal was like, the Jushin does have some, but you would want that instant lockdown. You want more time to really choke them out. But for Navi MY right now,
Wave management okay ni. Gunakan oleh Rina.
You have the standard here for Raymond, and Fafau, by the way, already has the rose gold meter. So even if Ramisi cuts her off guard, she still has that split second of defense just so she could survive. And a lot can happen in a split second, right? And Fafau just hiding out.
Fafau masih lagi flanking. Ni macam dapat Fafau ni. Serius. Asalkan Joy jangan 3 stack je. Perfect stack. Lot dimula kan. Position yang kurang baik untuk Navi sebenarnya untuk dapatkan lot. Sebab Hilda daripada belakang sentiasa mendapatkan position. Joy datang. Lot telah pun reset.
Daiki's confused whether she should clear the wave
So
or rotate in.
So many things to consider here for TL Patient.
Eh.
They also need to take a look
Kenapa,
at the
guys?
minion wave.
Ni
It's
kenapa,
all in favor
geng?
of Navi MY.
Ni kenapa buffering guys? Aduh, internet aku ke yang sana problem ni guys. Pause dulu. Dia balik.
And now they're
Sorry, geng.
forced
Tak
to
tahu kenapa,
somehow
guys.
retreat back, clear some of the waves incoming onto the top. But right now, onto the jungle, Soju, half-life left. Still immortality here. You have so many bushes around the Lord.
Oi.
But Daiki,
Alright.
will
Balik ulti lob jadi dapat kali Rina.
In the back, Reno still able to
hati-hati.
go with the Violent Chakra. That's gonna be Soju mounted on Claw.
Oh, Granger, flicker dah won.
Still able to flicker out with the Wind of Nature in the
Ni
back line.
flicker, Hilda jadi tumbangkan. Ada mangsa kedua boleh ke? Macam boleh duk.
Has to run away, no brains fighter. That's the
Oh,
CC
lapu-lapu aktif.
Two-man stun. Now
Menggunakan flicker nampaknya lapu-lapu bakal ditumbangkan dengan mudah. Tak sepatutnya dia flicker untuk outplay balik. Cobaan. Diorang yang lag, diorang Okey.
Evolved Lord marching top.
Peluang cerah untuk Navi mengendkan game ini nampak gayanya.
For game number 1. And so far, even though Soju is doing a great job into giving information, their defense just isn't enough for all the burst that's coming from Navi MY, and now they're left to defend.
Ranger tu boleh all in.
Navi
Tak ada
MY
flicker, tak ada won.
Complete 5-woman setup here if ever. Ultis are also on
Alright,
the
world
spot.
manipulation, Granger, Immortal pecah. Joyda mudah. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, game pertama dimenangkan oleh Navi Malaysia. Congratulations untuk Navi. Nice try to leave it behind. Sama-sama kita saksikan game kedua sebentar saja lagi. Yang penting jangan lupa untuk like, komen, share bagi pendapat korang pasal prestasi Malaysia. Dan yang paling penting jangan lupa subscribe guys. Bantu saya geng. Let's go. Power
That
second
they
game.
want to show on their